Ready? In 3, 2, 1. Welcome to Real Talk with KMG, Kimberly Majette. That's me. We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk about solar panels this week. So I got a ton of questions from people that are asking. She's making faces off camera, asking me if they should put solar panels on their house because, in theory, it should save you on a monthly basis, right? Sounds great. No monthly bill from your power company, but let's break it down and actually look at the real numbers and what that looks like for you. So little, solar panel guy is going to come to your house, knock on your door and be like, hey, let's put these fantastic solar panels on your house. And he's going to tell you you're going to get a big tax refund from the government. He's going to tell you you're not going to have any power bill, and he's going to tell you that it's going to add value to your home. In theory, that sounds great. In all reality, none of that really happens. Well, I don't want to say none of it really happens. You will get a tax return. Don't know the amount. So that's great for the next year. But it doesn't cover the full cost of the solar panel. So they can run anywhere from $60,000 to $80,000. So that refund's not going to cover that. And then on top of that, so we're going to have to finance that. So yeah, we got rid of our power bill, but now we have a monthly payment instead of our power bill. So we didn't really accomplish anything. Now you're going to come to me and you're going to say, hey, we need to sell our house. Ideally, when you put on the solar panels, you thought you were going to stay in your house forever. Doesn't always work out. But the solar panel guy is going to tell you, hey, just pass that bill to the buyer. It's not how that works, because our buyer that's going to come, they're qualified for the purchase price of your house. Every buyer in general maxes out what they can afford. So if we're going to sell your house for $500,000, 9 times out of 10, that's what that buyer can afford. So you have to look at it as if the buyer is going to the bank trying to purchase a house and a car at the same time. It's just not going to happen. So here's your options. You can either pay off the solar panel at closing, which means we're going to tap into your equity for that $50,000, or you're going to tell me, hey, Kimberly, the solar panel guy told me that I could just transfer the solar panels to my new house. In theory, right? But here's what happens. I've had this happen to a couple of sellers. One, we reached out, tried to find the solar panel company. They weren't even in business anymore. We found another solar panel company, and it just didn't work out because they charged a substantial fee to move those solar panels, and they had to be resized to the new house. So it was actually going to end up costing about $20,000 to $25,000 to move those solar panels. So in theory, our sellers are ended up giving a fantastic closing gift to the new buyers because they're getting the house, they're getting no power bill, and they're getting $40,000 to $50,000, $60,000 worth of solar panels for free, because that's the only way we can actually get to the closing table. Because remember, the buyer has to qualify. The buyer has to be able to have the bank give them money for this house, right? And they're not going to give any value for the solar panels. The other thing that you're thinking is, well, what about adding value to the house, right? I put on a screen porch, I put in a pool, an appraiser is going to give me money for this. Appraisers don't give a lot of value for solar panels. I've sold a couple homes with solar panels, and the most that I've actually seen on an appraisal report for solar panels is about $2,000 to $2,500. And you're like, I don't believe you. Why? Solar panels don't appreciate in value. They depreciate. They deteriorate over time. It's something that over time they're going to have to come down off the house. They're going to need to be replaced. Also, we have to have other homes with solar panels in order to find value. An appraiser has to have something of similar like to be able to give a lot of value for it. And there's not a whole lot of homes that have solar panels. If you look around, your neighbors probably don't have a lot of solar panels. So you sign that line and you agree to pay, $60,000 to $80,000, just know you're probably going to be gifting that to your buyer. So just something to think about. So to learn more about solar panels or buying or selling here in the Carolinas, if you're looking to move to North Carolina, South Carolina, like, subscribe, and keep up with KMG.